all sorted out, all packed up, ready to roll. It is July 1st, Canada Day. A little rainy to start today. Next few days, which is good actually. There's forest fires in the area. Hopefully I can skirt around those. So well underway here. Headed down the Teslin. Should be a good trip. Usually takes a couple days to get into the swing of things, so doing pretty well. First hour and a bit here, about 10k in. As you can see, still pretty misty, but the rain's held off since I hit the water, so doing well, staying warm and hydrating. So why did I pick the Teslin? The Teslin starts at the lake, right on the border of the Yukon and BC, British Columbia. It would have been a route that the gold rush crowd used overland from Edmonton, Eastern Canada, that sort of thing. So they would have bashed their way either from the east or from the south, and they came up through this as well. Most went through Skagway and that sort of thing off the coast of Alaska. They chose the Chilkoot Trail or the White Pass. Most of them did that for sure. But we had probably lots that went down here, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for artifacts. See what we can find. There should be just as many. After we're done the Teslin, it hooks up into the Yukon River, so we'll be back on the Yukon River before too long, a few days or so, and then we'll continue on. So if I had to guess, I'd say 2-3 years maybe that burned. I don't see any trees sprouting, although there probably are some little ones that are really small. It's mostly grasses and bushes growing in there, so probably not that long ago. I'm not a forester though, or forestry guy. So hitting a narrow stretch here now. I've been drifting a little bit, watching some kingfishers. There's quite a few of them here. Pretty cool bird. I'm at 100 Mile Landing. So just stopping for lunch here. Got a bit of a campsite. So 100 Mile Landing. They things up here they go by mile markers. So it's 100 miles to the Yukon River from this point. What's interesting about this site is, it used to be owned by an old prospector. I'm not sure. I think this is him, maybe not. I think this is just his friend, but he didn't do so well with the gold rush, but he bought some land and set up a little mink and fox farm. Just beautiful. It's narrowed up, not quite so wide. I do like that best. Great weather too. Well, I'm at the first night of camp, and it is mosquito-y in here. Crazy. So I got just a little smaller campsite here. This is a nice little camp. Got just enough space here for a tent or two. All figured out here. Got the inReach I cooked out here because it's so buggy, but they're just as buggy out here. So I can hear these rocks falling down this cliff. Maybe we'll see or hear one. I'll have to remember that tonight when I'm sleeping. If I hear it, I'll have to not imagine that it's something else. Have a look at these guys. They're hungry. So I had my dinner, and I didn't want them to have their dinner, which would be me. So cleaned up camp real fast, didn't really show much of it. I gave you a little brief rundown of it, and went back and gonna hide out in the tent here. So how did it go today? Day one on the Teslin. Really well, actually. 58 kilometers for a day one, that's really good. Usually I try to just do maybe 30 or so, put me ahead a little bit. So I'm gonna try and make sure that I stay ahead though. I don't wanna miss my window. Day started out, it was kind of all misty. Nice kind of peaceful paddle, and eventually it cleared off, and the character of the river is interesting. It's really wide up until near the end here of the day, and it started to narrow, and good thing it did, because I got a little bit of a headwind. So with the narrowing, it looks like the current is better. With the wideness, I didn't have much current, so it was a bit of work. Apart from that, a lot of kingfishers I saw in the river, one eagle, and that's about it really. Very peaceful, big land, but this is just the start. This is just day one, so got lots more days to go. Morning of day two. A little chilly and dreary today. Breeze coming in. I don't know if that's going to wreck the sound or not. I'm probably going to have to put on another layer, to be honest. Maybe a little rain coming too. It rained most of the time last night. It rained most of the night last night, actually. And my campsite was really sandy, so the rain didn't help. When I got the sand off stuff, the sand just gets on everything else, so everything's covered in sand, so that's no fun. But we'll see what we can do. Just cruising along here, day two. Doing a lot better with the current. Got about 10K in just over an hour, so that's pretty good, and I'm not a lot of effort. So I don't think it stays like this, but I'll take advantage. Yeah, it's a little cool, overcast, might rain, but it's so peaceful, so beautiful here. Just the majestic. Just amazing. Yeah, you should be able to tell that current moving pretty good. I like it. There's Mr. Eagle. Probably can't see it this far out. It's probably a different one too. They're right on the shore, just staring in the water, looking for his breakfast. That's number 3. Going through another bit of a burn. It's only half burned though. Must not have been that hot. But half the trees are burned, half the trees are still going. So that's kind of nice. Again, I have no idea when this took place. There's some saplings growing, so maybe quite a while. I should be looking at the lens, but there's so much to look at. I just can't stop looking at everything. The forest, the songs of the birds, the breeze, the fresh air. Yeah, and even just the ripples in the water. Very peaceful, tranquil. Some sort of structure here right on the edge of the water. Probably not used for high water, but go check it out. If I can. Oh yeah, a little bit of a camp here. Ooh, this is going to be hard to land. Let's have a look though. Let's see what we can see. Cool. Old cabin. Knew there'd be some here. I've seen a few more modern ones, but that's definitely an old one. Looks like someone has a little camp here sometimes. A little small one. Pretty neat. Quite a bit of burn here. This place is marked on the map. I wasn't sure if it was going to survive the fire. But yeah, let's go check it out. See what we got. Of course, the Yukon is full of old cabins like this. Trappers, prospectors, anyone coming out to find adventure. It's just a little tiny one. Wow. Let's see if we can... Yeah, wow, I don't even know if you can see much. It's so dark in there, but it's more of a cache. I don't know if anyone could actually live in here. I don't see a spot for a stove or anything, but there's a window. Perhaps there's other buildings around. But yeah, it's all falling in. Oh, yeah, I guess there was more. Neat little spot. I would have stayed here. No mosquitoes, at least not yet. I just looked at this a little closer. Looks like it's a jar and there's some notes in there. That's very nice. Very cool. Oh, it's in French on this side. That's awesome. Sorry I don't read French, but I like even the art around it. It's pretty neat. Oh, there he goes. Whew. Getting a little nasty here. How ridiculous do I look? So, yeah, the rain's coming down and it's windy. So, this rain is not letting up. It's a steady, slow drizzle. So I had to pull over and put my rain pants on. It's too cold to not wear something. It's only about 10 degrees. So put those on, feel a lot better. You never want to risk hypothermia, especially out here. Trucking right along. Not quite lunch time. I'll probably go for another hour or so. Put a little more time in and stop and reassess. I don't think this is going to stop raining for the day, so I might as well keep going. I'm dry now and making good progress. So, of course, making camp is a whole chore in the rain, trying to keep everything dry so you can have a dry tent, so you have a dry place to sleep. So, hopefully it'll stop before then. This is definitely a cup of soup day. So, yeah. Found a big tree covering most of the rain from coming in, and I'm gonna have some cup of soup. The rain's actually let off for the moment, so that's good luck for me. And but yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna stop though. It's gray and overcast. I'm at Sheldon Creek camp. So apart from it being burnt over here, it's not scorched, so it's been a couple of years anyways. It's a pretty decent camp. A couple of tent pads there. The creek comes in just over a little further down there, but yeah, pretty nice spot. Way too early for me to stop though, so I'm gonna keep going. Have my lunch. So that worked out. Have to remember that. Pull over for lunch, have hot soup, and then the rain stops. So it's still kind of chilly, but the soup's warmed me up a lot. So we're coming up on Roaring Rapids. Now, I think this is where Jim Baird said they were pretty tame. However, the water is high, so I'm having troubles even with some of the whirlpools and eddies. So I have to pay attention. So we'll see how roaring the Roaring Rapids are here. So these aren't big rapids by any means, but being how I'm by myself, it's the Yukon. It's 10 degrees Celsius and it's raining. Don't really see too many people. Try to avoid these as much as I can. Not worth the risk. Well, the weather's improved. It stopped raining. Although, you can see behind me there, those clouds are chasing me, so. Warmed up nice. I am on the lookout for a camp. I'd like to get in and get my tent fly and tent dried out before it rains again. So it's a little after 3, a bit early, but it'd be nice to have that dried out. I think it's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow again. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, how am I gonna land here? Oh, this is terrible. There's a better landing somewhere else. This is oh. Okay, so this is it, but getting up here is going to be interesting. It's pretty nice though, so I'm going to give it a go. Maybe you can watch me fall in. I'll show you the camp. Got everything up here. The canoe's tied twice. I'm gonna leave it in the water, but I got it tied, back tied, and tied again. I'll show you. So that's the thing. If I lose the canoe, the trip is over. I will not get it with this current. So anyway, it's a beautiful sight. Pretty clear. Hopefully the mosquitoes aren't so bad because it's cleared up a bit. So bunch of tent pads over there. Not a whole lot of firewood though, which is okay. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a fire actually. Yeah, drying out the rain fly or the tarp for the tent. Got some sun rays on it. Hopefully that dries pretty quick. And here is O'Brien's bar. I think the slough is supposed to be across the way there. But looking around, there's a bunch of iron I'll look at later, but not a ton. So anyway, here's the first tie. First tie, and then a back tie. So that is tied on the upstream end. And then I got another tie on the back there, just in case. So that should be safe, we're hoping. But yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can tell with the camera, that's quite a steep pain in the ass. So lower water would be probably better, but even still, to get up here is a bit of a chore. But yeah, it's a good camp. Lots of space. It's just about 5 o'clock, so I don't think anybody will be coming this late. But got a bench, and maybe this is the bar. I'll have to serve some drinks later. Yeah, there's all kinds of artifacts around here from whoever O'Brien was. I'll have to look into that. Something probably not his though. Piece of a canoe. But there's all sorts of machinery pieces and parts all over the place. Metal parts, obviously. Like there's a big old boiler, or a homemade version anyways. Looks like someone was target practicing. Yeah, some old engines or motors. It's still on the frame. It's kind of neat. Some sort of turbine or something. That's definitely a pump. Pump housing. Saw a couple of them around. But yeah, I'm thinking like all of this was probably cleared for all this machinery. There's ditches, but they're probably sloughs. And I'm guessing it would be a way to look for the gold. These look like sluice boxes to me. See another part of a pump. Big metal pipe. But these look like sluice boxes, I think. Well, not too far in, and we got an old cabin. Or the remains of one anyways. Or some sort of building, anyhow. Has not held up very well at all. But look at those trees growing in there. Gotta be a few decades old, the trees. It's a pit. Dug. It's a pipe going through. Probably up to that clearing. Well, here's where the squirrels have their lunch. I don't blame them. Pretty good view to have lunch from. Well, good morning. Day 3 on the water. It's just 9 o'clock, so not a fast start, but that's okay. I deserved a little sleep in after a big day yesterday. I didn't really sleep in though, but it's been raining all evening, all morning. Always makes things a little little more difficult to try to manage, especially since I'm getting into the swing of things. So there's supposed to be a place, well, not a place, but Teslin Crossing. So Winter Road comes across the river right around here. A bunch of gas cans. Yeah, it must be it where they cross. Wow. That is a huge cut bank. Hundreds of feet high. One thing I need to do is look at my notes before I go on the next trip. I have a lot of this stuff in my journal, things that I brought that I shouldn't have brought, and I brought anyway, and things that I missed that I still miss, and all I had to do was look at my notes or look at my journal. One of them is the seat, this cane seat. So when they get wet, I think the cane swells, so it stretches, and that's because it's been raining so much that the seat's really warped in, and even though it'll dry out, it doesn't really return back to its original form, so it's starting to sag quite a bit, so it's not that comfortable. And I know I remember this from my last trip, but I didn't do anything about it, so now I'm stuck with a saggy seat. Hope your seat is never saggy. I think I'm in the only area where the sun could come out, so that's great for me. Water break. So drink water. I love these filters here, these Canoe Be-Frees. The water bladder it comes with, though, is pretty flimsy. So I got this other one, and it's a little bigger too. So just scoop up a bit of the river or lake, and yeah, you'll never not be without water. So coming up on to a place that should be right ahead, called Mason's Landing. So it would have been an old wood lot, I think. I'll have to double check that, actually. I'm not sure. Usually they, every so often they have wood lots for the steamships, so the ships could come and get some wood so they can keep going, because it was, they made the steam from wood boilers. So there's a lot of wood lots actually on the Yukon River. So, well, I almost missed it. Yeah, just because of the current. It was zipping me right along. I wanted to film the landing, but it's just a little bit of a path. Well, this is cool. Survey stake. Back before they had GPS. 1960. Or is that 18? I think it's a 19. 1960 Topographical Survey, Ottawa, Canada. Benchmark number M46. Not sure which way to go. That way or this way. Found the old cabin. I'm gonna guess it's Mason's cabin. Just a little thing. Oh, looks got a metal wall. That's probably where the stove was. Oh, we can see the stove pipe actually. Pretty small. Window though. And planks for the roof. Floorboards. More tin. Okay, so this is probably the actual landing. That would have been far easier for me to land at. Not too far down. I don't even know. Maybe I can see where my canoe is from here. No, it's just around that point. But yeah. Looks like a camping spot. Much bigger cabin. Maybe not a cabin, maybe just a building, commercial kind of building. All falling in. Maybe a trading post or something. I think that's an old stove. Let's have a look over here. Nothing much in there except for nature taking it back. Oh, we got another building up here. Let's have a look. Well, there's a tree right across that one. Big door. But it's like kind of a cage. I wonder if it was a barn. Maybe a chicken coop or something. I'm gonna duck under here real quick. Oh yeah, I'd say it's like a chicken coop. Neat. So I was on my way back. I think I'm on a side trail or something, but I totally missed this whole other one. This whole other cabin structure thing. So this one's a lot more falling apart. Yeah, can barely tell it's anything. But maybe a storehouse or... Let's see about this way. Someone built this for a purpose, so maybe it'll go somewhere. Pretty solid little bridge. Well, that is interesting. This tree grew right over this board. Like it's right in the middle of it. Don't know if it was a fence or a sign or what, but obviously been here for a long time. That tree is at least 100 years old, I'd say. Pretty old, but that's pretty cool. Not finding much on this trail though. Oh. toilet paper bandits. I hadn't seen this at all till now. On the Yukon, pretty much everywhere I stopped 6 years ago, there are these toilet paper sheets just left. These don't decompose, people. You have to pack them out if you're bringing toilet paper. Just takes away from the majesty of the trip. Maybe they built a bridge just so you can go to the bathroom over here. Well, Mason's Landing. Very neat. So what to do? This was kind of what I was thinking of. I was thinking of stopping here, but it's 12 o'clock. Like, I've only been paddling for 3 hours. I'm not even hungry. Had a late breakfast, so I might as well just keep pushing on. The weather is nice. It's still chilly. I think it's like 12 degrees, and the breeze on the water keeps you chilly, but it ain't raining, and yeah, I might continue on. As you can see, the sun is shining. It's cleared off pretty good, and I got my sunglasses out. So, turned out to be a good day, even though it was supposed to rain all day. At least I don't have rain right now. Coming up to 17-mile landing, or Eureka Landing. And pop quiz, if you remember from before, 17 miles, what does that mean? 17 miles to the Yukon River. So they call it another mile marker thing. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way to the Yukon or not. I hadn't planned on it, but it's early. I might stop here. Actually, I will stop here for lunch. Getting hungry now. If I can find it. It says it's hard to find. 17-mile landing. Where would you be? Well, that's a creek. So I wouldn't think there, but near to there. That'll knock me out of the boat. Or you. Oh, and this is it. Mother. Take that. What do you think? I'll have to fix that later. I gotta land this sucker. What am I doing? See what I'm dealing with. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna fall in either. Probably is, but it's not an eddy because the current still goes through here. Better pull it out further. A little further. Okay. Hello down there. Let's go check it out. Time for lunch too. So this is the landing. Again, you can see it's pretty steep, high climb. Almost a staircase here, except it leads right to mud. So when the water's down, it'd be great. But not that this is bad. Have a look at the day I'm having now. And yeah, there's a camp here. Got some artifacts around to have a look at. And some old doors, probably came from cabins or something. Old boiler. Not sure what that metal bit is on top. Maybe track. Maybe a small dozer or something. Stovepipe, probably for that boiler. Looks like it would have fit right there. And someone's rigged up a tarp pole, so that's handy. And they even left some firewood, whoever was here last. But here's the downside. Someone left their garbage. So, yeah, no one comes to clean up after you. So you can't leave your garbage here. So that's disappointing. Yeah, tinfoil cans, probably tried to burn them, but they don't burn. Not unless you have it super hot, which you probably don't. So whoever left that probably didn't leave that. I'm gonna assume. That's just camp etiquette. But apart from that, it's a great big wide area. You get lots of tents in here for sure. Now it says the stuff is really hard to find. I'm gonna eat first because I'm hungry now. And maybe I'll go have a little walk to see what I can see. But yeah, gorgeous spot. 17-mile landing. Okay, so too much hiking looking for the stuff here. And it led me right into this swampy mess. So lots of mosquitoes. I'm here to paddle, not to hike in swamps. So I'm headed back to the boat. So that was a fantastic lunch. Never feel like paddling very much after eating lunch though, so but that's okay. I don't really have to. Yeah. So what's the plan now? 17-mile landing, so 17 miles to the Yukon. It's 2:30. I plan to be off the river by 3, but it's so nice. Even with the breeze, it's warm enough. I've just got my shirt on now. It's sunny. It's hard to not keep going, so I'm gonna keep going. Well, that changed quick. Not even 5 minutes. And it doesn't look too bad over my left shoulder there, but river right here, it's darkening in. So, yeah, you never know. You gotta be ready. Okay, so here's what's happening. That rain turned into thunder and no lightning, so that's good, but that kind of makes my mind up for me. So that good camp that I was only going to take if I had to, I have to. So it's pretty good. Actually, it is a good camp. Wide open, right? So it's just on a point of an island here. So should suit me well. Yeah. Lots of room, but it's all mine. So yeah, that's the thing with thunderstorms. Especially if there's lightning, you should get off the water for sure. But thunderstorms, you never know. Don't want to take chances when I'm out here. So I'm gonna hunker down here. It's still raining. It looks like it's gonna continue to rain. So yeah, no Hootalinka this time out. However, I documented it really well on the first trip, so go check that out if you're interested. Tomorrow I'll swing by there. I'm probably only an hour and a half away from there. If there's nobody there, I'll pop in and say hello, but, well, hello to the staff. But, yeah, this will be my last night on the Teslin, so that's kind of good too. 3 nights on the Teslin. I'm doing really well for my trip plan. I figured 5 or even 6 days on the Teslin, but I've done 3 and a bit, so that's really good. I'm happy with my progress. It's about 3:30 now, and I was planning to stop at 3 anyway. So yeah, just everything's in alignment. This is where I should be. So an hour after I get here, no more thunderstorms. Moved off that way. Obviously the sun is shining. It's not even that breezy. But yeah, this looks great anyhow, right? I'm all set up. Just about got the tarp and the rain or the tent tarp dried out. But this will do fine. I'm all set up, so I ain't moving now. I'd be done right around now anyway, so this works out. Taking advantage of the sun. Gonna charge up my battery bank a little bit so I can do more filming. It's always something to do. Drying out socks, shoes, charging batteries, checking batteries, SD cards, trying to air everything out as much as possible since I can. It is supposed to rain tomorrow morning, but we shall see. Still not dry, the tarp, but we'll work on it. Got my tent set up over there. More than 180-degree view, almost a 360 view of the whole area. And I'm in striking distance of the Yukon. Yes, I think it's hammock time. This is me in a hammock in the Yukon Territory on the Teslin River.